Haumitakipi, Shantewash Tenape Chuzapi, Wayne Ducheneaux Machiapie, Tazip Chawantala Lakoti Machiapie. Hello, my relatives. I greet you with a good heart and handshake. My name is Wayne Ducheneaux, and my Lakota name is Itazip Chawantala, which roughly translates to straight shooter. Like Ruben said, I'm the Chief Advancement Officer for the Intertribal Agriculture Council, and it's an honor to stand here before you today at the IAC Annual Conference. My job today is to recap our journey this year and provide a look ahead to what we hope 2025 will bring. What I share with you today is just a modicum of what we've accomplished because they told me I had to keep this talk under 12 minutes. I'm filled with gratitude for the incredible work we've accomplished together. This year has been transformative, marked by growth, resilience, a deep commitment to uplifting Native agriculture and food systems. Thank you to our staff, board members, partners, and most importantly, to the tribal producers who inspire our mission every day. So I've broken up today's talk into 4 sections, and I'm going to start off by just visiting about Q1. This year, we have been intentional as an organization, strengthening our foundations for success, beginning with the consideration of all the great feedback we received from our 2023 annual conference. As a membership organization, we take seriously the processes we have established through our caucus systems at this annual conference, and paired with the information gathered working with our stakeholders every day, we continually have the pulse of Indian country agricultural needs, your struggles and successes that guides our strategy development and our program delivery. Freshly inspired by that feedback, Q1 saw our team really stretch their legs as we had people traversing the country representing. We had people travel to Washington, D.C., Salt Lake City, Gallup, Bismarck, Billings, Las Vegas, and Rapid City, just to name a few destinations, speaking to diverse groups ranging from all the people gathered at the National Center for American Indian Enterprise Development's Reservation Economics Summit. Early registration is open for res. Please go sign up now. Clear to the National Farmers Annual Meeting. A key highlight of our travel was the Native Farm Bill fly-in, where we joined tribal leaders to advocate for Indian country's agricultural priorities on Capitol Hill. These travels highlight IAC's commitment to advocating for Indian ag from the grassroots to the grass tops. We take your message with us wherever the hell we go. Q1 also saw a huge commitment of ours reach its pinnacle. The work we did providing tribal producers support, navigating the application processes of the Discrimination Finance Assistance Program. Our latest numbers, which we know don't quite capture the full picture just yet, saw us provide direct support to around 300 producers, resulting in nearly $32 million of settlement funding flowing to tribal operations. Yeah, that's a round of applause. Not to brag on myself, but one of the first things I did after starting at IAC last year was help producers from Cheyenne River put together applications. My 83-year-old auntie and her husband were one of those ranching couples. They'd been ranching at home for well over 60 years. She was one of the folks who was able to make a strong case for how she was mistreated, which resulted in her receiving a check with so many zeros, she wasn't quite sure what to do with it. And in honor of that type of work, I would like to ask the folks from our team, if you're here, if you helped with DFAP, please stand and be recognized. They need a big round of applause. We moved from Q1 to Q2, and in thinking about the second quarter, I can't help but reflect on 2 words, growth and impact. Growth for us was not only continuing to grow staff, but also saw us scaling our programs to meet the demands of Indian country. In Q2, IAC took an exciting step toward expanding international opportunities for tribal producers by organizing a trade mission to Vancouver, Canada. This initiative, conducted in collaboration with USDA's Foreign Agricultural Service, provided a platform for 30 tribal companies and leaders to explore export markets and build global partnerships. This mission emphasized the importance of showcasing Native agriculture on the world stage, highlighting the potential for tribal producers to expand their reach, demonstrating the strength and uniqueness of Native agriculture on a global context. Later in Q2, we saw us bringing to the reality the National Native Conservation Network agreement with NRCS, a 5-year agreement where we get the distinct honor of working with 5 partners: the Indian Nations Conservation Alliance, the Intertribal Buffalo Council, the United South and Eastern Tribes, Columbia River Intertribal Fish Commission, and the Intertribal Timber Council. NNCN is a transformative initiative aimed at enhancing conservation capacity within Native communities. By integrating traditional ecological knowledge with modern practices, the network empowers tribal partners to manage their land sustainably and protect vital resources for future generations. Do we have representation from our 5 partners? If you're here, I want you to stand now, and I want you to be recognized. So again, another round of applause for our partners in NNCN. As we look back at Q3, Intertribal Agriculture Council deepened connections through regional summits and field days across the country. Events like the Rocky Mountain Youth Summit, Alaska Youth Summit, and Pacific Region Summit brought together tribal leaders, producers, and youth to tackle pressing regional challenges and explore opportunities for growth. Additionally, field days in states like Wyoming, Colorado, Nevada, and Alaska provided hands-on learning opportunities focused on sustainable practices and producer outreach. Youth engagement remained a key focus during Q3. Regional summits provided a platform for young producers to develop professionally, with workshops addressing critical areas like food sovereignty, soil health, and agricultural career pathways. These initiatives reflect IAC's commitment to fostering the next generation of leaders in Indian country ag. We're equipping them with skills and connections to succeed. Now that we're here in Q4, and as 2024 draws to a close, we're provided an opportunity to reflect and celebrate the strides we've made throughout the year. A highlight of this quarter was the culmination of months of planning and collaboration showcased at this very conference. This event brings together tribal leaders, producers, and stakeholders from across Indian country, offering a platform to share ideas, to build connections, and inspire action. Across the organization, our team facilitated over 32,600 interactions with producers and stakeholders this year, involving 323 tribes and more than 10,000 events. These numbers represent more than just outreach. They reflect the relationships we built and the impact we've made. Informally, we've celebrated organization milestones that will continue to strengthen IAC's future. We advanced our financial systems, focusing on transparency and accountability in an effort to continue to build trust with partners and stakeholders alike. We established a new concerted push to increase membership, a successful effort that fortifies our foundations for 2025. If you have tribes here who yet are not members, please make sure you're reaching out to Nicole Charlie. The more members, the better. Q4 was not only a time to reflect, but also a chance to renew our commitment to advancing tribal agriculture for generations to come. Now, as we look ahead to 2025, I have 5 calls to action. And I can assure you, as we look to strengthen programs and partnerships, this coming year we'll see an expansion of key initiatives such as NNCN and the Intertribal Food Business Center. These programs will deepen support for tribal producers by leveraging partnerships with a multitude of organizations, fostering sustainable practices, and creating pathways to economic resilience. We're going to continue to expand our youth engagement. Youth development will remain at the heart of IAC's mission. Building on the success of this year's youth track at this very summit and our regional summits, 2025 will see IAC continue investing in the next generation as we aim to cultivate a field of leaders who will carry over the principles of sovereignty, sustainability, and stewardship for generations to come. When I think about our advocacy and policy leadership, our work in that arena is more important now than ever. As the Farm Bill will hopefully continue to take shape, IAC is going to be there to amplify tribal voices in national policy discussions. Through fly-ins, meetings on the Hill, and collaboration with the Native Farm Bill Coalition, we will advocate for equitable funding allocations and policy reforms that uplift tribal producers. Another thing I promise you is we're going to continue to have organizational growth, and we're going to continue to innovate. Internally in 2025, we're going to focus on enhancing efficiency and transparency. New tools and systems will streamline operations, enabling staff to serve producers more efficiently. Membership growth is also going to remain a priority, with a goal to increase participation, strengthening our community. We will continue to refine our communication strategy, sharing the successes of tribal producers, amplifying the impact of Native agriculture. And I promise we're going to continue to connect with you through events. 2025 promises another robust calendar of events, regional summits, field days, and the 2025 annual conference will continue to be opportunities for learning, collaboration, and celebration. Each event will reflect the diversity and innovation of Native producers while addressing regional and national challenges. The future of Native agriculture is rooted in resilience, tradition, and innovation. Together, we are the stewards of a legacy that connects us to the land, empowers our communities, and feeds future generations. But this future depends on choices we make today. Our commitment to fostering youth leadership, advocating for equitable policies, and ensuring sustainable practices for tribal producers across Indian country. Let us move forward with determination, honoring the wisdom of our ancestors while embracing the tools and opportunities of tomorrow. Whether it's attending a summit, mentoring a young producer, or advocating for change in your community, each of us has a role to play. Together, we will ensure that Native agriculture thrives, not just for us, but for the generations who walk in our footsteps. How, Wopalatanka, Mitaku Yeo Yasi, to my relations, I give you great thanks.